presence of the Duke of Montrose. Mrs. Garbutt was followed closely by a wailing sorrocher, whose sobbing had the unfortunate effect of making her nose look even larger. She was followed by the young man's mother, Mrs. Cadell, who vehemently denied her son had done anything wrong. Last, and certainly least, a sheepish Mr. Adam Cadell, who insisted that the older woman, Maura, who had just turned 24 to his 20 years, had thrown herself at him, and he had not known what to do. Bloody Randy Rooster would have them all believe he was a poor wee lad who had been accosted. A tribunal of 3 confused men, Callum, Thomas Cadell, and the Duke, was quickly assembled in the drawing-room. Callum insisted the maid be brought forth to give her account. Maura, the accused, was also ushered in, and stood defiantly against the wall, her arms crossed over her body, her fair blue eyes flashing with defiance at the lot of them. "I seen Miss Darby with her back to the wall, and Mr. Cadell kissing her," the maid said, with her eyes firmly affixed to the floor. "I am certain it was the other way around," Adam said hopefully. Callum looked at Maura. "Miss Darby?" "It was precisely as Hannah saw it, sir. Aye." It didn't sound to Callum as if she'd thrown herself at Adam, not with her back to the wall, but she'd confessed to the kiss, and he didn't know precisely what to do. "Well, now," he said uncertainly, "you must promise you'll no do that again."
"Mr. Garbutt!"
his wife shrieked with great hysteria.
"Will you no defend your daughter's honour, then?"
Dear God, did she propose that Callum call out the young man? Duel to death in their drive? To think of the scandal, not to mention the mess that would need to be tidied up.
"Papa!"
Sorrocher's shriek was identical to her mother's.
"I will no marry him. I hate him. I hate Maura. Why ever did you bring her here?"
Callum felt the weight of this unmitigated disaster bearing down on his chest. Plus, his head itched beneath his peruke, and he longed for a stick or something to shove up in there and scratch so he could bloody well think. If there was no marriage, there would be no deal. His ironworks, destined to be the economic jewel of all of Scotland, would circle the drain. He slowly gained his feet. "Let us not act in haste, darling."
"Haste!"
Sorrocher cried.
"It is the 2nd time she has kissed my fiancé."
Oh, right. The first time, Maura had said the lad had caught her outside, in the garden where no one could see them, and had kissed her. The lad, unsurprisingly, had flatly denied it. The 2 families had sided with him. "I did not kiss him," Maura said, her voice surprisingly calm given all the female hysteria floating about them like an ether. "He caught me in the hall unawares, and kissed me, sir." She looked at the young fool. "Please tell the truth, Mr. Cadell."
"How dare you!"
Mrs. Cadell cried.
"Know your place."
But then she swung around and hit the back of her son's head with the flat of her hand so hard that he was knocked forward a pair of steps.
"She is a temptress, on my word,"
Adam said frantically, looking around him, no doubt hoping to find a sympathetic face. He would find none.
"I dunna want her here, aye, Papa? I dunna want her anywhere near me,"
Sorrocher insisted. Callum exchanged a look with Thomas, who looked just as befuddled as Callum felt. Callum truly didn't know what he was supposed to do with Maura. It wasn't as if he could tuck her away in a trunk and put her in the attic.
"Mr. Garbutt,"
his wife said,
"you must send her away."
"Aye, all right, all right. I understand that feelings have been hurt," he snapped, and tried to think. His cousin? He'd not seen David Rumpkin in many years. He lived in what had been his father's manor near Aberruthen. He was an old charlatan, had never made an honest living, but Callum suspected he would take Maura in for a fee until this debacle blew over. He glanced at Maura, who steadily returned his gaze, almost as if she was silently daring him to believe that wretched lad and send her away. Her icy stare sent a small shiver down his spine. "I'll send her to my cousin for the time being, aye?" he said, his gaze on Maura. "In Aberruthen, a tidy manor house near a loch. Do you no like the sound of it, then, Maura?" She did not flinch. She did not say a word, but the injustice radiated off her, heating them all.